You know, I had a plan of going to ShopRite, getting marshmallows and chocolate and graham crackers and making a funny intro of me making s'mores on the stove top. But you know, there's so much pomp and circumstance and ridiculous bullshit in this industry already. I figure I'm just gonna mix up this s'mores from Kaged Muscle and tell you how it is today.
Welcome to PricePlow.
So I've got about 6 ounces of cold water in my trusty, this is like the biggest shaker bottle I own. It is probably like 26 ounces from Kaged Muscle. Shameless little plug for, I prefer larger shaker bottles. Shaker bottle size does matter. This is actually the first time I've ever used the isolate from Kaged Muscle. This bottle, I mean, at least. For full transparency, I did have this once before, this flavor. I could not wait when I got it in, and I actually mixed it up and put it in some Rice Krispies. So, to be completely honest, it was good in the Rice Krispies, but the Rice Krispies kind of changed the flavor a lot. It's something I do a lot with my protein, so I don't really know if I liked the actual protein or not yet. So, this is my first test of just drinking it, and we will see how it goes. Now, it's funny because when I think of summer flavors, I actually don't think of s'mores. I think of like light, refreshing intra-workout or pre-workout flavors. But when I think of like nighttime summer flavors that I can think of, like in the summer my family had a lot of bonfires and we've always made s'mores at them. It was just kind of a thing that we always did. So in a weird roundabout way, it is a bit of a summer flavor. A little bit of background on the product as I'm mixing this up. Kaged Muscle's isolate is actually a trademarked Micropure isolate, which I find kind of interesting. I'd actually never heard of the ingredient itself, Micropure Whey Protein Isolate, but you can pretty much rest assured that it's a WPI 90. All isolates are going to be over 90% pure. You have less, you know, naturally occurring immunoglobulins like you would from a WPC, but you have a higher purity, lower fat content, almost none, if any, lactose involved. We do have 4 grams of carbs here, which probably comes from a couple different things, including the flavoring. I would doubt that 4 grams of carbs would come from an actual isolate. So the flavor is affecting the profile a little bit here, but one of the things that I always talk about with these good tasting proteins that have a little bit extra carbohydrates is if you don't train hard enough to not worry about 4 grams of carbs, you probably should just give up this whole thing anyway. And the last thing being that they actually have a protease blend in here, the trademarked pro-hydrolase ingredient. So if you have a hard time digesting proteins, I mean, most of us have a hard time just stomaching 25 pure grams of protein straight to the stomach. So that's gonna help if you ever get any gas from dairy proteins. So without further ado, all mixed up, some cold water. Make sure you're always mixing with cold water if you care about flavor. Let's go. So they have cinnamon in the flavor system, which I was a little confused about when I saw it, but it makes a lot of sense. It's like that graham cracker finish on the end. The first thing you get is the marshmallow with chocolate. You get like really strong marshmallow chocolate on the front of the taste, and on the back of the taste it finishes off with some really sweet and cinnamon graham cracker finish. There's actually a lot of like, it's very sweet on the end, to be honest with you, which is cool because it's flavored with both stevia glycosides and sucralose, so you get a little bit of the stevia bite, but actually the stevia bite kind of reminds me of chocolate, like real chocolate bars, so it actually makes sense. And the sucralose on the end is, I want to say it's strong, but don't think that I'm saying it's overpowering anything. It just really reminds me of like actual, like the sweetness of marshmallows and graham crackers. Like graham crackers have sugar dusted on them, so it's like it's gonna have to be sweet to get the accuracy. It's good. It's really good. I like how the flavor kind of changes over like the 2 seconds that it's in your mouth. I'm a fan. I've actually never had the isolate before from Kaged Muscle. I normally stick to, I don't know if I have it around here, always close by. I keep the recaged for the most part because I'm not really too concerned about having like the purest isolate and the calories that are going into my body. I much prefer to worry about like my recovery. It's a lot more important to me. So yeah, I've heard great things about the flavor and it did not disappoint. Even people from other companies will tell you that the flavors of the isolate from Kaged Muscle are almost unmatched in the industry. There's a few other great isolates out there, like Nutrex's, Nutri, although that is a contested thing because some people just, for some reason, hate Nutri's flavors, but very rarely hear anything bad about Kaged Muscle's flavors. There's a lot of cool information coming out. Actually, in 2020, there's a big shift with Kaged Muscle. There was there's a bit of a shift in the ranks internally, but also where they're manufacturing. I can't tell you where, but I've seen the place myself actually, and I'm a huge fan of the owner and the company. I really enjoy who they're going to be manufacturing with. It's going to be switching over soon. So, a little PSA. Today is, let's say, June 9th, 2020. From now forward, there's going to be switching over to this new manufacturer. So if you see like an inconsistency in the powder or the flavor or stuff like that, it should all be improvements. But if you see differences in like the consistency and the type of particles that you see in the powder, don't worry about it. I know at Nutrial, like if we switch to raw ingredient manufacturer, a lot of people will call up like my arginine isn't the same. I'm having a hard time focusing on my, there we go. Anyway, guys, Kaged Muscle S'mores Isolate gets my approval. I like it. It was tasty. It's a fun little flavor for the summer. It's really hot, so this is like less of a thick chocolate and more of a sweet flavor, so it's kind of nice. In any case, guys, thank you so much for watching. Kaged Muscle has been a huge inspiration for me in the industry. They are one of the companies that I most identify with philosophically, and the ethos of their brand really matches PricePlow's, where it's completely zero compromise on anything. I almost said without compromise. You get attention to the details on performance. So gotta love Kaged Muscle, Chris Gethin, all the things that they post. Thank you guys for watching. Go grab one with coupon code PricePlow if you want to get a little bit of a discount. If not, a lot of more cool stuff coming from Kaged Muscle in 2020 that we'll be covering. So check out PricePlow.com/Kaged Muscle if you're looking for more information, news, reviews, interviews, price alerts on their products. For any other questions about this product, comment down below. I'd love to talk about it with you. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great day.
Welcome to PricePlow.